we continue to be baffled and gobsmacked by this arc that Marjorie Taylor Greene is on. Usually one of the most extreme and weaponized and radical and unhinged members of not just the Republican Party, but just of Congress, in history of Congress. Now, seeming really different. And even separate from the substance of her saying my party is failing, they don't care about healthcare, they don't actually have a plan, the shutdown's not fully Democrats' fault, Republicans should negotiate with Democrats, and on and on and on. She's also just doing it, I'll show you some of these clips, in a way that's like socially aware. Like sort of humane. She's humane all of a sudden. Now, before I show you this clip of her getting heckled in an airport, we are talking about this same person. Just through the segment, remember, the same person you're going to see in these clips is this person.
Joe Biden, you're not a president. You're a piece of shit.
Okay, so she was gung-ho. Trump, yes.
Kiss my ass.
Woo-wee! MAGA, Trump boat parade, right? And then now she's going, I don't think Trump is actually doing, and the Congress especially, stuff that's in the interest of the working class. At least on some issues, she's criticized tariffs and healthcare. So she's contributed to us getting here, but it's still, what a phenomenon. So you remember when we passed her in the airport and I was like, is that? Then she was gone. Actually, what caught my attention was Brian Glenn, because he looked ill. He looks really ill most of the time, very inflamed in the face. So that's kind of caught my attention. I was like, is that Brian? What the? And I've seen clips of her getting confronted, and you remember she's like, F off. She gets confronted at the airport here, and she's like, yes, I am working on healthcare.
Marjorie, get us some health care that's affordable.
We're trying.
Try harder.
Thank you. Marjorie.
Literally trying.
We've literally tried. What do you think about that?
I don't think she knows how hard I'm trying.
Yeah, we're the only ones standing up for health care.
I agree with her. We need affordable health insurance.
She gets shouted at, and all of a sudden, it's like she had the devil on her shoulder and an angel on her shoulder, and the devil had disemboweled the angel and beheaded the angel. And then all of a sudden, the angel sews its head back on and puts its intestines back into its butt. Sorry, can you bleep out when I say that? I didn't mean to say that. Booty. And comes back to life. And then knocks out the devil for a second and takes control of Marjorie. Now, again, very dangerous ideology still. But on these issues, she's just even there going, but I agree with her. She yelled at me, but I agree. What? Who is this? Where'd you put her?
Joe Biden, you're not a president. You're a piece of shit.
Now, I'm not forgetting about anything, because I see some people like, woo, Marjorie, our queen now. I'm not forgetting about any of this. We can let her criticize correctly her own party in some areas. But we know, and I want to hear you apologize for many things before we start rooting you on unequivocally.
We can't allow this just to be gone, just to let it go. You can't allow it to just transfer power peacefully like Joe Biden wants and allow him to become our president, because he did not win this election. It's being stolen and the evidence is there.
Sickening stuff, but I guess we'll give her some level of kudos when she's saying this.
And I hope that Mike Johnson is finally giving a single health care policy, because the country deserves it, and it shouldn't be a secret. And I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus.
Yeah.
And I think that's a failure. I do.
Yeah. I can't help myself. I want to incentivize Republicans correctly identifying the problems with their party. So that's the incentive structure that's important, which means positive affirmation whenever you do it. But it's hard not to say, where were you? Where were you when he was saying concepts of a plan? Concepts of a plan.
I have concepts of a plan.
Where were you? Now you realize they don't have a plan? Sorry. Okay. Better late than never.
Say you don't believe in the QAnon conspiracies anymore.
Oh, I went over that a long time ago. I mean,
So you've changed.
Well, no, I haven't changed. I was a victim, just like you were, of media lies and stuff you read on social media. You all have attacked me many times on this show.
We have.
Because of things that you read.
So now she's back to lying. You're correct. They don't have a healthcare plan. You're back to lying now. And that's not acceptable. It's not true that the QAnon stuff was just a manifestation of the media. You said on video, Q is a patriot. That Q, not some other Q. So you can't, that was just media noise. No, we saw it. We did a whole video. It's titled The Insane Marjorie Taylor Greene. The video Marjorie Taylor Greene has been hiding or something. You can search for it on our channel. And documented all your history. It's cool if you grew out of that. You know, the time when you grow out of immature beliefs between 40 and 50. Normally that's kind of when you have your coming of age, 40 to 50. But maybe you did. You grew out of it. That'd be good, but you have to be honest about where you were. And you were believing in QAnon. You were liking comments about shooting Nancy Pelosi. You were harassing David Hogg. You were perpetuating election conspiracies. You still do. Yeah, there's the video. You can search for it. Career-ending video. Well, it didn't end her career, but it should be career-ending was the point. Get that down. Whatever. It was clickbait, but it's a good video. We worked really hard on it. Got 1 million views. Not bad.
People at home watching this show, they go to work every day. Ladies, you go to work every day. The people.
Did I say subscribe? If you appreciate the show, subscribe. All it takes is a click, and then we have so much fun on the bonus show. You can click the join button. That is not free. It's cheap, I think. The best that we can do, but the subscribe is free.
On your set, and it is an embarrassment to me that we're not in session.
Mm-hmm. And getting paid.
I'm not taking a paycheck.
Good for you.
Exactly.
I'm not taking a paycheck.
Exactly.
Good for you.
I think you're one of the only ones.
Well, like the air
I don't know the
controllers.
list. I think that should be a public list.
Yeah.
I think that's fair because our paychecks are taxpayer funded.
Correct.
However, I voted to fund the federal government on September 18th. I want all federal employees to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
I want all the programs to be funded. And I think that is our job, all of us together, Republicans and Democrats.
I kept expecting, let's go back to the angel devil thing that I said. Let's say that my telling of that story is true. And for a moment, the devil's knocked down. And the angel's, like Ratatouille, is pulling her hair and controlling her. And she's like saying more reasonable things. What I'm worried about, and I kept expecting in this interview that she'd be talking and she'd be like, I just think that my party is not doing what... You're a pedophile liberal loser. Like, I kept expecting her to go back dark mode. And so at any moment, I think it could happen. Because the devil might wake back up. He's just knocked out. And could, boom, take out... You get it. You get it. Trying to have fun. Otherwise, I'll just show you these clips. It would be so boring.
So Marjorie, conservatives were criticizing you for coming on this show. I think you mentioned it already, that there were a few, and you called them, quote unquote, I believe this is you, mostly weak Republican men. So would you like to name names?
And all of a sudden, what? She has a pleasant laugh now? What is this? Before it would be like, ha 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 ha. Now there's a laugh, a normal human laugh. Maybe Brian Glenn, their love together has been so, their gun range dates have been so fulfilling that she's like gotten over her rage for life and everyone. But why is Brian Glenn still so insane? Celebrating another birthday with this cutie, he says. 56 years strong and ready to fight. And I guess it's fighting Republicans now. I love it. Yeah, all right, cool.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of paid social media influencers. And I found it very interesting that they were the MAGA accounts, but they're all paid. And they all attacked me when I announced I was coming to join you ladies on The View. And I think that's very weak and pathetic. But when I talk about weak Republican men, I'm pretty much talking oftentimes about the leadership in the House and the Senate, and they're not getting our agenda done. And I've got so many bills. I have a bill you guys in New York would love. It would end capital gains taxes on the sale of your primary home. So if you've owned a house for a long time,
we used to have that.
we need it back.
Yeah.
But I can't even get it to the floor for a vote without Mike Johnson approving it to come to the floor.
Do you think Mike Johnson should come on this show?
Absolutely, I think Mike Johnson.
I guarantee his answer would be, I've never heard of that show. I don't know what.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny. I know.
His answer would be, I've never heard of that show. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Mike on everything lately has been saying, what? I haven't heard of that. But I'll circle back, and then never circles back. So there's that. Let's see. What is there? It's interesting. I said before, what do you think MAGA would be saying if AOC were going weak Republican men? Weak Republican men are failing. It would be a whole thing. It's interesting that she's using that. And she says MAGA influencers are criticizing her. I don't see a ton of that. She's saying they're all paid, which is interesting. Tell us. Could it be?
What's up, guys? It's Benny.
Probably.
I think that all of us right here are doing a great job of exchanging our ideas and things that we believe in, and we're doing it in a very professional and kind way. And in my opinion, I think we need more of that in America. I really do.
I did not have it on my 2025 bingo card that Marjorie would be giving us the civility lecture. Think about that. This is something we can now cross off. That Marjorie would be speaking about how we should unify around professional and civil discourse. 2 seconds ago, anyone who said anything slightly pro-LGBTQ, she would accuse of being a groomer. I'm not gonna do it. No. You know, that whole thing. You remember. So I think that's where we should wrap this up. I think you get the point. Very strange. No one knows what's going on with her. But hey, someone has to in your party call out the absurdity of what's going on. Now, she doesn't agree with a lot of the authoritarianism of her party. But no, one step at a time.